Yes, if you are just now tuning in, you're live. You're in the sit down, presented by Duff Smith's Wings and BuffaloSauceGod.com, hosted by Sauce God and Ramparts Hockey, right here on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. If you're just now tuning in, do us a favor, hit that like and hit that share button. Join us in the comment section. And if you're not already doing so, make sure you are liked, following, and subscribed with your notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the live versions of the sit down, which is also available via audio podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. The sit down right here with Sauce God and Ramparts Hockey. We have a special episode tonight discussing the Bills' schedule release and why that means they're going to win the AFC East. So don't go anywhere. We'll be here in just a few moments. Hit that like and share here in the sit down. There we are, live here in the sit down, a sports and entertainment podcast, live on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. And if you're not already doing so, make sure you're following and subscribed at Buffalo Sauce God for the social medias. And I'm joined here with my co-host, as always, Ramparts Hockey. How you doing this evening, Tyler?
Good.
Hold on. Sounds like your audio cut out there a little bit, buddy. You know what? Actually, I have an idea. This is what we're going to do. I think if we get rid of the background music, it helps with your audio. All right, talk now.
Oh. Are we sounding good now?
Rampart, you're sounding much better, brother. How are we doing this evening?
I'm doing very well, man. I see you got your Buffalo hat on. I'm fired up. I got the red, white, and blue on. We're ready to go.
Of course, you know, Keon Coleman's 21st birthday was just yesterday. The Bills' second-round pick, their first actual selection in the past NFL draft. And the most recent NFL news, of course, that we have is that the NFL schedule has officially been released as of May 15th. And we're going to go through that and give you guys some insight as to when we think that it's a win or loss. And that's going to be coming from somebody who is a Bills fan and knows the Bills super duper well, and somebody who is a fan of another team, but also is a member of Bills Mafia in a sense. So you're going to get a little bit of a, you could say bias, but you know I'm not biased, Tyler. And also an unbiased per se, right? But we're going to go through each of those games. We're going to talk about a few other things as well. Tyler, let's talk about the PGA Championship first and foremost. You know, tell me what you know.
So as I know that, you know, Scotty Scheffler obviously just won the Masters, everything else, right? John Daly actually withdrew from the tournament after shooting a plus 11.
And consuming 4 packs of cigarettes during his entire round. Yeah.
Exactly. So,
yeah.
But
and 2 Diet Cokes.
The big news is with Scotty Scheffler. Apparently, he was going around a crash site and he needed to go tee off. And the officer gave him some attitude. He didn't like that. He let him know how he felt. So, from what I know, he's playing golf still. He'll be all right.
The thing is that I don't understand. I haven't seen like any video, or I don't really understand the entire situation. I know that a man was killed in an accident, so there was like, you know, police blockage, and apparently Scotty Scheffler was trying to drive on the median to kind of get around it. And I'm guessing a police officer then grabbed on and, you know, and he got injured as a result. But it's just crazy to me, right? Because, you know, it's Scotty Scheffler, the number 1 golfer in the world, but he gets detained 6:10 in the morning. He has to tee off at 10 a.m., gets out there and shoots a 66. So, I mean, you know, the guy's fucking unfazed, and that's exactly why he is one of the best golfers in the world. If you watch him while he's playing, not only is his swing, sure, it's unconventional, but, I mean, the way that he puts the ball out there, it's almost flawless, right? But he's also locked in. You don't see very much. The Masters, you didn't see much emotion at all. It's almost like it was him, his golf ball, and his golf clubs, and his caddy was like fucking barely in his ear. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could barely hear him. But that's some news that happened, of course, over this weekend. So, Tyler, let's talk a little bit about hockey before we get into some other stuff here, too. What are the remaining teams in the NHL playoffs at this moment?
We got the New York Rangers and the Florida Panthers on the East Coast Division. I think that's going to be a slugfest of a series. We watched. Unfortunately, Boston was hurt pretty much most of the series. Kind of like my Knicks right now. They're kind of banged up, but New York's a tough team. I think it's going to take a lot to beat those guys. I think they might be coming out of the East, and on the West Coast, we still got a game tonight. We got Vancouver and Oilers, and who knows which way it can go with that series.
What is currently going on with the Vancouver and Edmonton series? What team is give me some insight.
I'm pretty sure that Vancouver's up in the series right now, 3-2, but it's definitely a good series. I don't get to watch them because they're at 10 o'clock at night, so I'm usually sleeping by that. So, but yeah, it's a good series. Dallas has already moved on to the Western Conference Finals, and hopefully that someone will be there to meet him. Hopefully it's Connor McDavid.
Yep, and that's what I'm hoping to see. I want to see Connor McDavid make it to a Stanley Cup Finals. Real fast, let's go into some on this day in sports history. But if you haven't already done so, you're live here in the sit down, a Bills Mafia and Buffalo Sports Entertainment show with Sauce God and Ramparts Hockey right here on Facebook at Anthony Bomasudo, on YouTube and X, formerly known as Twitter, I have to say it, at Buffalo Sauce God. Make sure you're already following, liked, and subscribed with those notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the content, any of the up-to-date information for your beloved Buffalo sports, and also the live version of the sit-down, which is available via audio podcast on Apple and Spotify podcasts. If you haven't already done so, check it out as well. I have some updates real fast for today's events. In this day in sports history, in 1956, Mickey Mantle hits the home run from both sides of the plate in a game for a record third time, which Mickey Mantle, man, the Mick, from what I know, the Mick was legendary. You know what I'm saying? They say this guy was hitting 550-foot home runs and shit like that. Here's another one for you, Tyler, that I think you're going to really like. It's a Stanley Cup, and it's kind of, we were talking about Edmonton just now, but Edmonton right wing, Jan Curry sets record for scoring in a Stanley Cup Finals game with 3 goals and 2 assists in a 7-2 win at the Boston Garden. So Edmonton against the Boston Bruins. Hey, I'll tell you what, man. I'm telling you, Edmonton has got to do something. Connor McDavid, no excuses. If you got to come out and put up 6 fucking goals and 5 assists, well, buddy, you got to do it because you are the greatest in the world. You are the greatest in your sport. Tyler, I want her to take, and I want your opinion on this. Connor McDavid is that much ahead of the number 2 player in the NHL, more than any other sport there is, like from 1 to 2. You know what I'm saying? Like at one point we had LeBron, KD, but that gap, you know what I'm saying?
Man, and you also got to think about, in times in sports, you always had Manning and Brady. There's always that guy. And I think the second best hockey player in the NHL right now has to be Austin Matthews, right? I mean, the guy puts up 70 goals a year. You can't really. So I would say,
he does. But
yeah.
but one thing I don't see from Austin Matthews, Tyler, I don't see that fucking that drive to win. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see that Jordan mindset in too many hockey players right now.
I'll tell you who's got that. The Kachuk boys. I think both of them got that kind of instinct in them.
You think so?
Anthony Edwards, that we're going to Game 7, whether you like it or not. So
yeah.
But
Anthony Edwards is a fucking beast, man. Honestly, I knew the Nuggets were going to come back and kind of take over the series because they're just too good. Joker just won his 3rd MVP. The world of baseball, too, real fast for those of you out there that are Yankee fans. The Yankees defeated the White Sox today at home, 6-1. And Yankees are, at this moment, Tyler, they've been rolling. The AFC East, the AL East is very, 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 very tight and very tough. But the Yankees are currently 32-15, and at the moment that has them at 1st overall in the AL East standings, at 1.5 games ahead of Baltimore. So I like what I've seen. They've been exciting, and I look forward to seeing them try to continue and keep that consistency all the way through the rest of the year because their pitching has been really good, their hitting has been phenomenal, and they are. Tyler, I think a lot of people are really underrating the value of Anthony Volpe in that offense because not only is this kid stealing bases, he's hitting leadoff home runs, he's hitting doubles. I mean, he's hitting clutch hits to extend games too. And it's his, technically, this is his 2nd year, rookie season, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? Tyler, basketball wise, man, who's going to take the NBA Finals?
I think the team that had the easiest path to the finals will probably win it, and that's Boston. Personally, you go against the Miami team without Jimmy Butler.
Miami gave him some work, and then the Cleveland Cavaliers without Donovan Mitchell gave him some work too. And poor Donovan Mitchell, man, that dude is he's a great leader and he's a great player. Like in my opinion, he has the level of top 5 in the NBA if he's just out there with a successful team. Tyler, I honestly am really looking forward to getting into this Bills schedule release because a lot of people out there are just saying, oh, it's a very tough schedule, and rightfully so. But one thing I've said year after year is that you can't look at the beginning of the schedule before the season's even started and look at, oh man, this team is no, because the team that came out there and won 11 games last year might come out and win 2 this year. You know what I'm saying? A team that came out and won 2 last year might come out and win fucking 10. You just never know. But let's go through this this Bills schedule release, which was released just a few days ago, and it starts off with the preseason. The Bears will be in Buffalo for the first preseason game. So that'll open up at home. And then you got the Bills and Steelers in Pittsburgh. And then the Panthers will be coming to Buffalo. Obviously, the Bills have some ties to Carolina with Brandon Beane, Sean McDermott, and their trades and whatever acquisitions. First game of the regular season at home, Buffalo against the Cardinals. Tyler, Buffalo is currently favored 7 points before the season's even started, before anything's even happened. Is that a win or a loss?
So before we get there, I want to talk about Micah Hyde. What do we think that, he clearly states he wants to be in Buffalo. I like a guy like that. You just like with the Sabres with Pozo, right? You bring a guy in, he wants to be here. He's going to give you that leadership. He's been there before. I think before we even get to the first season, I think
You're right.
You should try to kind of make that work. But
well, I like that you just brought it up. So we're going to take a little before we get into the actual schedule release and our predictions for how they're going to perform and everything on our take for if they're going to win the AFC East. I think Micah Hyde, you got to bring him back if he obviously wants, the minimal money, that type of situation where it's team friendly. Because I think not only can he still play at a really good level, I'm not saying that he's all pro Micah Hyde. He's had some injuries and he's been banged up, but at the same time, veteran mindset, you know what I'm saying? And he's still elite, in my opinion.
I think if you're bringing a guy like Micah Hyde, you don't do it for an every down safety. I think you have packages, right?
And two, also he can be a little bit of a mentor to guys like Taylor Rapp, Mike Edwards. They drafted it, whatever, I forget what the fuck his name is. I can't think of it off the top of my head. I've had a couple drinks and a couple tokes of the Mary Joanna, you know what I'm saying? So, but Cole Bishop, I think it was.
Yeah,
out of Utah, over there with the Utes, over there in Mormon country, where you don't want to hate. I love y'all in Utah, but you don't want to drink Mountain Dew on a Sunday because you might get a DUI and you'll run out of gas because nobody was filling up gas on a Sunday there.
Phoenix Coyotes for going to Utah.
All right, we'll talk about that in a second too. So if you haven't already done so, ladies and gents, hit that like and share. You're here with Sauce God and Ramparts Hockey in the sit down right here on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Make sure you hit us with a like and a share. Join us in the comments as well. We're going to get into the Bills schedule release and what we think it means for the Bills upcoming season. But before we get into that, we're talking about Micah Hyde and a little bit about Utah. So Micah Hyde, I think, has the capacity to come in and get you some snaps and this and that, but also I think you need to consider him long-term as a guy that can be a coach, because Micah Hyde, the way he speaks, the way he believes in Buffalo, he's had his charity softball thing for years. He's played at an extremely high level, and he's always said nothing but great things. Here's the thing. I love Jordan Poyer, okay? I'm not saying nothing bad about him at all. I love him. But, you can tell he's excited to go to Miami. Micah Hyde, you ain't heard nothing from him about money, this and that. He's just been like, yo, I want to stay here. I want to stay here. I want to pick off Mac Jones. You know what I mean? In the fucking playoffs again when he thinks he's got me, but nah. Micah Hyde still was one of the greatest defensive plays in the history of NFL playoffs that I've ever seen, even if it didn't end in the Bills winning a Super Bowl. But you got to bring him back. I think that they're going to bring him back. I don't know how that's going to work out, what kind of role. But Brandon Beane knows what he's doing, Tyler. He does. And everybody gets a little upset that he's not super duper aggressive. But how about the fact that they signed Marquez Valdez-Scantling? And I understand he's got drops, right, Tyler? But he's also got what in the last 2 years? 2 Super Bowl rings and had some big time catches in those games. Think about this, man. Pat Mahomes low-key had a little bit of a Khalil Shakir with Marquez Valdez-Scantling, a guy that was underrated, getting you the underdog plays, this and that, right? So that's what makes me so confident about the Bills' upcoming season. But Tyler, you were talking about the fucking Coyotes. Listen, you're out there in the desert, and I've been to Arizona, okay? I had a kidney transplant out there. Arizona's beautiful. It's fucking desert. It's hot, but it rains, and I love rain. Vegas is just fucking dry, and I'm going there in fucking 3 days. But Utah, beautiful state. And I'm just saying, it's just, that's where the Mormons settled down. And I got nothing against any religion at all. I'm just saying. But you got to really wonder. You walk into your locker room, you're not going to the playoffs. Hey, guys, let's go have a couple drinks at the bar. You know what I mean? Let's have a couple chicken fingers. You know what I mean? Go talk to Jack Eichel about how he's a cokehead and, call Marty Biron and say, hey, can we come on WGR? And all of a sudden, general manager, owner of the fucking team come in and say, guys, fucking hope you got your real estate licenses or somebody over there in Utah. We're heading over to fucking Utah. And you're heading to I'm assuming Salt Lake City, right, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what part of Utah, but I just, Arizona goes, and they were good this year. They were my sleeper team on FanDuel. I love picking them because they would always get those cheeky wins,
Dude, Gage one day, I forget what it was, like Arizona money line or something, dude, and they were like, and then he was like, wait, I don't know if I should have given you that, but then they just literally won 5-0. It's like, okay, Gage. Let me ask you this, Tyler. Let's get into something funny here before we get to the Bills schedule and all that. Let's get warmed up here. Let's get fired up. Let's come up with the best and funniest names for a potential Utah hockey team or a potential Salt Lake City hockey team. You first.
Subaru Kowinski. I like that one for that's a basketball name. I like.
How about this? The fucking Utah white shirts and ties.
Let's go Jordan Clarkson.
Brigham Young University.
Coach Prime.
Karl Malone's niece.
Karl Malone's niece.
John Stockton hates Jordan. Let's talk about John Stockton, Tyler. How much you know about John Stockton?
I know he's a good assist man. I think.
First off, you're underselling this guy. This guy, the best assist man of all time. But this guy, even George said he was a bad dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, low key, if he had been playing with Scottie Pippen, he might have been Jordan. You know what I'm saying? John Stockton was over there getting harassed for, being white and shit, but he didn't give a fuck. He's like, yo, watch this three-pointer. Slam. I think he went to fucking Gonzaga. Another one of them schools up there. Tyler, the Sabres have made some coaching changes, and, it looks like the guy from the Amerks is the assistant coach, no?
Yeah, that's a good move because, like I said before, I
need you to say it in a thick fucking Buffalo hockey accent, though. You know what I mean? Come on.
I think Don Granato should have stayed and coached the Amerks or kept him in the system or something, have him learn a little bit, because I don't think he learned enough and he didn't have enough pressure on him.
Now, I think Don Granato needs to fucking eat a couple chicken fingers, and put some weight on. You know what I mean? You got to throw your weight around on the ice, Donnie. You know what I'm saying? They probably called him Donnie Boy in practice.
He'll be good in the New York Giants jerseys. Don't worry about it. Montreal Canadiens.
Tyra, if you're Rasmus Dahlin, you're Alex Tuck, and you're Lindy Ruff, you're having a slumber party tonight watching the NHL playoffs saying that should be fucking us. And you guys want to know what it's going to take? It's going to take not partying tonight, go to bed, get up in the morning, go skate, go fucking punch each other and break your teeth, come back, shoot a few pucks, and guess what? Fucking get back to work at Tim Hortons. Fucking coffee's on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited about the Sabres' upcoming season, Tyler. I really am. I know everybody always did with the Sabres, but at the same time, something's different. Something's different.
We still got a long way till October, buddy. So, baseball, man, that's been pretty good lately. Phillies are obviously on fire. The Marlins are still terrible. The Braves are doing Braves things. The Cubs take them if they're the under.
Hey, exactly. They just won 1-0 today.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, games with the Rockies, man, they just be fucking over under 30.5 over. You know what I'm saying? Wow.
Every time, even if it's 9.5, they'll be over.
I got a little action in here too, Tyler. Actually, let me bring it up for you here. If you guys haven't already done so, you're live here in the sit down on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Make sure you hit us with a like and a share. This is presented by Duff Swings at BuffaloSauceGod.com on. And this is, of course, hosted by Sauce God, myself, at Buffalo Sauce God, Anthony Bomasudo on Facebook. Check the ticker below. And hosted as well by my guy, Ramparts Hockey, my hockey expert over here. Tyler, man, I'm going to get out there in Vegas here in a few days, see my little brother get married. I'm really excited. I'm really proud of him. It's a really cool feeling to know that, like, my little brother's getting married to somebody I'm gonna tell the story actually, since he's not watching, but like I'm gonna tell the story. So he met his girlfriend on Tinder, and actually, he was like debating, if he wanted to date her, this and that, because I feel like my dad or somebody made a comment, and but I told him, hey, fuck them, go fucking be happy, go take care of your shit. And next thing you know, they're getting fucking married. So I'm happy for Zach. I'll be out there in Vegas as well. I got Christopher Sanchez over 5.5 strikeouts for the Phil boys, and he's got one so far through the first inning. And I also got over 9.5 runs. There's one so far, and then I need the Dallas Mavericks to come in and cover 3.5 points. So let's talk about the Mavs, Tyler.
Okay.
Can they finally? I mean, let's be honest. The Nuggets are stacked, but the Wolves are fucking right now. It's gonna come down to if Anthony Edwards can get that team over the hump at his young age, because I mean he's been going lights out, but can he get that little step extra? Because if so, you got to think of this: Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving are really a 1-2 punch. That's a fucking very, very elite combo. But outside of that, they struggle. So tonight they're gonna play against OKC. Tyler, what are you thinking?
First of all, I'm thinking I got over 210, and
my lucky number.
So I think the Dallas Mavericks are a good basketball team. I just think they're missing something, and maybe that's Bronny James,
Maybe it's Mark Cuban. Maybe he should play small forward, you know what I'm saying? The Cubes.
Maybe,
fucking
Michael Finley to come back and get in the
JJ Barea and Dirk Nowitzki in fucking wheelchairs.
You got fucking Jason Kidd out there, calling those plays, drawing the X and O's. I think it'll be good to go.
Let me ask you this too. So obviously we saw Bronny James was cleared to play in the NBA because we all know he had a heart condition, whatever the fuck that was. In my opinion, might not agree with other people, so I'm just gonna keep quiet. Psych. I think it's something related to COVID vaccine, because there's no way a fucking kid of his athleticism and health and at his young age should have a cardiac arrest issue while fucking playing the sport that he's been. You know what I'm saying? It just don't work that way. We don't have heart attacks over there at fucking 17, 18. But he participated in the combine. Bron James was there with his wife. Do you think there's a chance he actually is going to maybe not get drafted to the NBA, but maybe get signed to a G League team? Do you think he's going to just go ahead?
I think it's smart because, maybe he wasn't, the greatest at school. Maybe the stress of school kind of gave him that,
Let's be honest, too. There's a lot of pressure on this kid. I mean, he's LeBron James' son.
Yeah.
Now, the funny part is he's LeBron James Jr., but, hey, you got the same name as dad. Like, everybody's going to be focused. But Bryce Young, the other guy, Bryce James, he just, kind of balling. He's better, but, nobody's, paying as much attention because it's, Bryce James Jr.
I think, it's kind of like the Ball brothers. They want to see what the older one does.
Oh, God.
Then we'll see what...
Where's LiAngelo at? Fucking, let me get my fucking Beats headphones and some chains, dog. I'll send LeVar a fucking couple of checks. Lonzo Ball, you know what, though? I got to give him credit. When he went to the Bulls, he actually started. I think it did him bad by being in LA with the distractions and how they were trying to put a competitive team and they just couldn't.
Well,
LaMelo was nice, though, no?
LaMelo's good, yeah. I think, him, go back to this Lonzo being an LA thing. I think, hang on, I got to.
Think of who they had: Julius Randle, Lonzo Ball, and Brandon Ingram, and Josh Hart.
Yeah, I think after
Brian Scalafucking-Brini.
Yeah, Luke Walton, fucking the guy.
Oh, Luke Walton tried coaching. He said, "Nah, I'm out." By the way,
I see
Hugh
Bob
Richards, I
Myers on
appreciate
the
you very much
podcast.
for the like. Guys, I got to give a real quick shout out to Built in Buffalo. If you haven't already checked them out as well, check them out too. My guy Lance over there running things as far as I'm concerned. Lance, you big piece of shit. I love you very much out there. So Tyler, it's been a minute since we've been on the podcast. I'm coming up here on a vacation. I haven't taken a vacation in fucking forever. My girlfriend and I, we're going to go enjoy a wonderful time in Las Vegas. And it'll just be nice. But it's also like hilarious because I hate the heat. And we'll be going here in the end of May. But see my little brother get married, see my dad. It would be really fucking awesome. And hopefully I get out there to golf enough. So I'm pretty fucking stoked about that. Tyler, you ever been to Vegas?
Nope. I've never been any wester than Ohio.
Any wester?
Where?
Any more west than Ohio? Hey, you East Coaster motherfucker. I've actually been a lot of here. Name to me all the states that you have either drove through, traveled to, landed in, or whatever.
All right, Maine, Mass, Rhode Island, New Jersey, New Hampshire, Vermont. You got Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, and then Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio.
Okay, I gotta give it to you. You actually like answered that like with precision and like professionalism. 18 states, by the way. All right, let's see if I got more than you. I'll start on the West Coast. California, Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Texas, fucking not Alabama or fucking Louisiana. I never did that. Florida, okay, Tennessee, Kentucky, Iowa.
Thanks for the like.
Nebraska, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, Maryland, New Jersey, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. Damn, I'm up there. Look at Georgia, West Virginia, Virginia.
20.
Never been to Massachusetts because I fucking don't. I stay away from them fucks.
I had a hockey tournament there.
I think that's it. Where's a place that you want to visit one day? Just some random city in the United States.
Oh. Honestly, I would love to play golf at either Pebble Beach or somewhere in like Montana.
Oh, up there in the fucking mountains. Oh,
Can you imagine?
let me tell you, Vegas Tower has my favorite course in Las Vegas is called Angel. It's called what's that?
Is it all sand?
Like no. They have some of the best courses, but that's hilarious because at least you understand that it's a fucking desert. People be like, oh, it's a desert.
Their fucking fairways are just lines in the sand.
Dude, so Angel Park has two courses. I forget what the first one's called, but then they have the mountain course. It's very, 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 very grassy, very links kind of style. Dude, it's fucking nice. I shot my second best round ever there. Dude, it's crazy. And people won't believe it's Tyler, but before we get into the Bills schedule, because we're going to do that and then we're going to get out of here, I got to tell the story, okay? Because I got no reason to lie. I got nothing to fucking, gain from any of this. And, like, I don't care if people believe it or not because I've experienced it. But I've shot 3 incredible rounds of golf in my lifetime. All right. My first time was 2015, and I had a fucking hand-me-down set of clubs. I really didn't play very much, but I kind of was starting to get into golf more and wanted to, right? So I got my first fucking Nike polo, me and my brother Zach, right? Zach will fucking like the story. We got our first polos. I'm going to go play Angel Park the next day on the mountain course. But at night, I'm watching the PGA channel, right? The golf channel. And I wasn't even watching. I just was falling asleep, hearing it with it on the TV. I wake up, and for some reason, I felt like I know how to golf. So I get to the course, and I'm telling you, my first drive, I usually top it. You know, Tyler. Sometimes I top it or whatever. There's sometimes I'm fucking on point, but dude, thing goes like 300.
Felt
Okay,
good.
300 straight down the cock. My little brother Zach looks at me. He goes, okay. And then I was okay with the driver, Tyler, but the irons, oh no, I didn't understand that. But nope, got up there. I think it was my fucking 7-iron. Boom, I'm on the green. Okay, so boom. Do I have a chance to maybe birdie here? I'm like 10 feet away. Okay. I birdie the first hole. Tower, I end up shooting that day a 77. Okay. I to this day don't understand how it just all came together, but like I didn't have bad shots. I didn't have bad putts. Like I really wasn't 2-putting, 3-putting. I was 1-putting. And dude, even like my little brother Zach, he was on point with his 4-iron. You know what I'm saying? So we had one of those kinds of days of golf. And the best part of the story, Tower, at one point we fucking had our irons out. I hit it, and I'm not aiming for the birds, the geese, or whatever the fuck that are in the golf in the fairway. But boom, I take one out, fucking dead. Next, Zach comes up, and he's not aiming for them. Right after me, boom, one flies into his ball, trying to take off from me. Dead. We just killed 2 birds in one fucking stone. You know what I'm saying? Tyler, golf is fucking. I love golf.
Hey, yeah, you got the blue heron out there eating the bluegill. You fucking just.
Oh God, fucking Eagles nest in the fucking Hawkeye 7. Jordan Spieth and Rory McIlroy are not friends. In other news, just kidding. I really want to update you guys on golf, and then we're gonna get to the schedule right here. So as far as golf right now with the PGA Championship, Scotty Scheffler is out there doing his thing. Colin Morikawa and Xander Schauffele, guys that kind of like look like a little similar to each other, are currently tied in first place at 14 under. They are currently 17 holes through. I'll tell you who fucking came out of nowhere today, though. Fucking Guinness drinking son of a bitch from fucking Ireland himself, Shane Lowry. He shot a 9 under today. He had a fucking few drinks, he said, and he felt good, and he felt like beating somebody up, but he golfed really well instead. Victor Hovland, guy that looks like he could be a Wii character or fucking Mario's brother from Sweden. He shot 5 under today. He's at 13 under. Bryson DeChambeau, 13 under. You know he ain't gonna win the major though. He just likes to come out, hit a few good ones, and then talk about how it happened in a dream. My putting is fixed, and then livegolf.com. Where's Scotty at in the mix here, Tyler? Let's see. Well, fucking, where is the guy? Oh boy. So apparently Scotty should get arrested again instead of, not getting arrested because he shot much better yesterday. He's currently 2 over today, so he is now 7 under. But watch him have a fucking big day tomorrow. Watch him have a big day tomorrow. There's Tigawa, or whatever the fuck, the dude out there. He's 13 under. He's gonna try to have fun. You know what I'm saying? But like, come on, Tyler, who's gonna take the fucking PGA Championship tomorrow?
DeChambeau. I think he's got the best shot to win this tournament. I think, golf.
Put 25 on
it. yeah, you'll get the big show.
Hey.
But anyway, I think, hopefully Tiger gets it going again, and we'll be all right.
Yeah, where's Tiger at? The zoo?
He might be.
Speaking of Tiger, man, fucking Bills rookie Keon Coleman says he ain't Tiger Woods. He's Tiger wish he could.
Brad and called fucking Austin Matthews, and they linked up.
Austin Matthews is doing coke without Jack Eichel. Bryson DeChambeau, by the way, Tyler, is plus 550 on FanDuel. I'm just going to tell you, if you put 27 on it, you take home 148.50. But I'll tell you this much. Shane Lowry at plus 1,200. Y'all are fucking telling me the guy that just shot 900 today and he's in there, he's a plus 1,200. You could throw fucking $1 on it. Watch this. $1 wins $12. You know what I'm saying? But that's a couple fucking cheeseburgers at McDonald's in a few years. You know what I'm saying? Because inflation. Tyler, something else I want to ask you about, politic-wise. They say inflation is coming back down. I haven't seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've seen things deflate fast. Like, whenever I'm in a fucking tube or whatever in a pool, that shit deflates fast. And an air mattress deflates fast. But inflation, just waiting. I'm on down. So that's what we're going to say as far as other bullshit politics and all that stuff. But Tyler, let's go into the NFL schedule for the Buffalo Bills. You're live here in the sit-down presented by Duff and BuffaloSauceGuy.com right here on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Make sure to check it out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts and wherever you may get your jumping coffee beans and your espresso mid and whatever the fuck. Okay, Tyler, let's go into the Buffalo Bills schedule. You saw the Saints schedule come out, yeah?
No.
Exactly, because you don't give a fuck about the Saints. Oh, this fucking Derek, I can't drive a car. With Derek, I can't drive a car. I have the loudest sneeze, like Dustin Carr. Dustin Carr was he was in my grade in high school. All right, so Bills Cardinals week 1 at home in Buffalo. Buffalo 7-point favorite right now. Is that a win or a loss?
To win.
Okay, so week 2 in Miami, Thursday night football at night. Buffalo is a 2.5-point favorite right now. Was that a win or a loss?
Is the Arizona game, to go back to that, in Arizona or in Buffalo?
In Buffalo. It starts off in Buffalo to open up.
Depends on the fans.
Here's the thing. Us fans will get super juiced and we'll be in the fucking stand saying, Josh Allen over under 1,000 fucking passing yards in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? And they'll fucking come out flat against the Steelers. But no, I got them winning. Week 2, I got them winning against Miami. I really do. Maybe not. Only for this reason. Right? Because you look at it, they play Miami later in the season. Not quite towards the end, but like middle-ish, late-ish, mid-late season. It could be an opportunity for revenge. Okay, so Tyler, you got them winning or losing against Miami in week 2. And by the way, that's a night game, so they won't have as much of the dehydration, hopefully.
I got them winning.
Okay, I'll take the win there too. Jaguars in Buffalo for week 3.
Now that's going to be a game. I still got them winning.
I think the Bills are going to have a tough one, but I think the Jaguars are going to be in Buffalo. We're not going to be in Britain. We're not going to be in fucking Tucson. We're not going to be in fucking Utah or Jacksonville. We're here in Buffalo. I know that the Jaguars and Kirby, my guy, is probably going to, hey, all right, it's a tough fucking thing to say, but I think the Bills win that game. Start off 3-0. All right, Bills at Ravens for Sunday Night Football. Week 4, Tyler. What do you got?
The Ravens lost Patrick Queen. I got them winning.
The Ravens?
I got the Bills winning that game.
Here's how I know if the Bills will win that game. If Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson are slowed up in the run game, sort of. Because the Bills and Ravens have some history. But I do think the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, he's going to come out there. They might start off hot, but the Bills might start off hot. So I'm going to say the Bills.
I got them winning, dude.
I got them winning. Sorry, Timmy. Yeah, I know you're fishing at the sand wash right now, but fuck it. Bills at Texans, week 5. That's where it starts.
That's where it is, buddy. Because now, is this in Houston or is it
in Houston?
In Houston, I got the Bills winning that.
Just for the sheer fact of there would be so many emotions if it was in Buffalo that I feel like now we can go there and be like,
go there. That's
you
it.
Want the ball? Hey, you want the ball more? You want the ball more? Well, fucking, you missed your exit. Now you got 17 minutes added onto your trip, Stephon Diggs. By the way, anybody see that he missed an exit in Houston? Damn, the text is so big that you miss an exit, you adds on 17 minutes to your total time. Oh, 17 is in his head. Back here. All right, so boom, we got them 5-0. Bills at Jets. Aaron Rodgers probably not playing because we know if he's got 3 minutes of fucking offensive drive, he is going to fake an injury and say, I can't do it again this year, but pay me my money. Win or loss?
It'll depend on the offensive line that game. That's kind of where you start getting tired. And
now I think either Keon Coleman or Dalton Kincaid punches somebody in the face. Either it's Robert Saleh or Woody Johnson, the fucking owner, or maybe Sauce Gardner because you're like, yo, dog, I was Sauce before you were Sauce. So get the fuck out of here with that Gardner bullshit. I'm God with the Sauce God. All right, so boom, what do you think? Win or loss?
Is it in Buffalo or is it in New York?
It's in New Jersey.
Okay, so is it night?
It is a Monday night game, and Aaron Rodgers said that he is pissing his pants thinking about it.
6-0. I got 6-0 so far.
The Bills win that game 2-0. Sorry, so 6-0 for the Buffalo Bills at this point. Titans in Buffalo. That's where I'm going to think that there's a possibility for a trap game.
No, the Titans are only a 79 overall in Madden. We got the win, buddy. No.
Trap game.
CJ2K is going to come back.
You know what? No. We'll say the Bills win there. 7. Okay, so they start off 7-0. Bills at Seahawks 8-0.
At Seattle?
Yeah.
See, that's one of those games where it's like they could come out flat, I think, because, it rains all the time. And, in Seattle, that's a West Coast game. I think 3 hours difference. I think that's the game they could be like, all right, we can rest.
Yeah, but here's the thing. They're also playing at 4:05 that day versus 1:05.
We'll say, buddy. We'll say.
So it's a similar time.
Okay. So what I think is really it's going to come down to Khalil Shakir that game. How are we going to use them? That's when you figure out the cadence with them.
You hear that, Khalil? Fucking when it comes time to go to Seattle, fucking go take some pictures from the fucking top of that tower and, say, hey, what's up, Sauce? But show up. All right, so Miami comes to Buffalo after that. And that is for what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This would be week 9. What do you got?
Week 9. So when's the bye come up?
They have the bye after they play the Chiefs. So not for another couple games after.
And I like that because
late in the season bye is an underrated aspect.
Yep. All right, but anyway, so we got week 9.
Dolphins are in Buffalo.
Squash the Fins, buddy. I ain't even playing with them.
Make tuna fish sandwiches before you show up and get your asses kicked, Miami. Bills in Indianapolis against the Colts. That's one where I could see them, again, a little bit of that trap, whatever.
Hitting the brakes a little bit, letting off the gas, something like that. But when do they play the Lions?
Here's the thing, bro. I want to know, and as much as I hate the guy, I'd like to really ask Tom Brady, you once, in all due respect, 16 games in a regular season. Like, did you guys legit ever let off the gas? Like, what the fuck was the story? Because you could tell there are times where, like, I don't know, something ain't going right. Kansas City in Buffalo. That's on the 17th of November, 4:25.
Is it going to snow? Oh, the weatherman can't even tell.
No, I don't think it's going to snow on the 17th of November. But, Tyler, hear me out. What if we got to lose to them in the regular season where, fuck it, we can't beat Kansas City, but then we beat them in the playoffs instead this time? You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of winning in the regular season and having that fucking win in whatever week it is, why don't we just lose that game, then win the one in the playoffs and say, no more, fuck you. So I'm going to give him a loss there. I hope like Josh Allen fucking pretends like he had a fucking cold and ate some Save-A-Lot chicken noodle soup and stayed home. 49ers coming to Buffalo after the bye week after that game, and that is on Sunday Night Football. So 2 big home games back to back. That's one where, okay, hear me out. Potential Super Bowl matchup. That's one where if the Bills beat the Chiefs, maybe they lose to the Niners. The Bills lose to the Chiefs, I don't know. Maybe they lose a couple games here. Maybe they have some adversity. Tyler, what do you think?
When it comes to the 40, see, the thing with the Bills' schedule this year is that they literally play every division champion this year.
No, they play 3 divisional games to end the season. Like, that's crazy.
But I think the Bills, I believe in the Bills, man.
Here's one. December 15th, Bills at Lions, bro. All right, so overall, we don't have to give you guys a prediction number for like what we think the record's going to be, but I'm going to tell you this. The Bills will win the AFC East, and here's why. I understand everybody will talk about the loss of guys like Stephon Diggs, Tre'Davious White, Jordan Poyer, Leonard Floyd, okay, Mitch Morse. We have lost some fucking guys, and don't get me wrong, it makes it difficult, but at the same time, we drafted well. We didn't sacrifice a lot of draft capital. We got some guys that we think, hey, can play at the receiver position. We re-signed A.J. Epinesa. We still have Matt Milano coming back healthy. We re-signed Taylor Rapp. We have ourselves some solid playmaking safeties. We have guys like Kyer Alam ready to prove himself at defensive back, along with Taron Johnson, best slot corner in the NFL. I think overall, this is something that the Buffalo Bills truly need, Tyler. A little bit of the eyes off of them again. You know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of letting the Aaron Rodgers coming back, this and that. Tua, maybe if he gets his extension, whatever. The Patriots rookie first round pick, Drake May. I think the Bills could use this to their advantage. But why do I believe they're going to win the AFC East? Because they've done it 4 years in a row, and because they've done it with the essential games at the end of the season. Late in the year football is much different than playing in September. You can get blown out fucking 49-0 on game one. Fuck, I remember when the Patriots were 2-2, or was it maybe 0-2? I don't know. And they got their asses kicked by the Chiefs and Alex Smith, and everybody said Brady's done. That was, of course, the year with Deflategate, but then Brady goes on to win a Super Bowl that year, okay? So all I'm saying is it's the games at the end of the year that matter the most, and in the playoffs. That's what the Bills have the most experience with. The Patriots currently don't have that. They don't have the kind of roster or experience or leadership at the moment. We'll see what Drake May is going to be. I'm not going to fucking bash the kid yet. Miami, yeah, to me, they still have the issue of you haven't even signed your quarterback to an extension, and there's a little bit of a distraction right there. You don't know if you're going to retain Jalen Waddle. Miami doesn't exactly have the biggest window. The Jets, I mean, like Aaron Rodgers, Monday Night Football to open the season. Have we seen this episode before? Straight up dog goes, my ankle, and fell. You know what I'm saying? I really sometimes believe he didn't actually get hurt, Tyler. You think he actually got hurt?
I don't know. Anything possible.
But either way, Tyler, the Bills have Josh Allen, who's now going to have – I'm sorry, but if there's any receiver on this roster that's going to be talking like the way that Stephon Diggs was, then what are you doing, buddy? Like, you have to have the type of fucking production and results to talk like Stephon Diggs did. He had our respect for that regard, right? But you don't have that cancer in the locker room now. And I'm not saying anything bad about Stephon Diggs, but I just think overall – something wasn't good anymore with that. Dalton Kincaid gonna have a big season. Tyler, you think he's gonna go for over 1,200 yards?
I think they're gonna spread the wealth with him and Knox. I think people are really forgetting about Dawson Knox.
Dawson Knox is a guy that dropped a lot of passes in the recent couple of years after he had a really elite year when he got that contract extension. He had a really good tight end year and he was playing much better. But he's a really good run blocking tight end, and he's very invested in the culture, the team. He's part of the core. But I think he's a guy that came in last year after being hurt and Dalton Kincaid kind of like taking over and showing, hey, I can catch everything, to finding where can I find my reps and my touches on offense. And that's something I think is good for him. And competitiveness is a good thing. Iron sharpens iron. Adversity makes the best. That's what brings about greatness. I think you got Khalil Shakir, Curtis Samuel, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. That's exciting. I'm really just excited to see the way that they develop Justin Shorter and rookie Keon Coleman. Those are two big guys. Justin Shorter, dude, he was injured last year. This is a guy that's got some elite athleticism. It's just, can they put it all together? And can Josh, Joe Brady, and the entire offense do what they got to do? And that's run the football with James Cook. Run the football with fucking Ty Johnson. Run the football with Josh Allen. Don't hold him back. And spread the wealth. And beat them where they least expected, because the Bills fucking performed, Tyler, at their best last year when they were beating teams when you didn't expect them to beat you that way. Oh, Josh Allen versus Dallas, and fucking it's the James Cook and everybody else show, but Josh Allen hanging out, because that's what it takes, and that's what I think that Joe Brady's going to do very well for this offense. So Tyler, hey, Bills will win the AFC East this year for a 5th consecutive year. Anything else you want to add to the show before we go on and get out of here?
Nah, let's get out of here, buddy.
All right, y'all. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, likes and shares. Make sure you are following, like, and subscribe with your notifications turned on so you don't ever miss the sit down live on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at Buffalo Sauce God and Anthony Bomasuit on Facebook, down on the ticker below. Usually live Thursday nights around 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and available via audio podcasts on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts. This is, of course, presented by Duff's Miss Wings at BuffaloSauceGod.com, hosted by myself, the Sauce God, and Ramparts Hockey. As always, God bless. Go Bills. Stand tall. God bless.